Hey everyone, Kyle once again, and welcome back to reviewing the Pokemon franchise. And this one getting to the last entry for the Pokemon in the series for Diamond and Pearl. This one going to is the next entry is Pokemon Zoroark Master of Illusions. And now I would put this one. I would say that one of the Arceus, the Jewel of Life, I would say is still. I would still put this one above this one still. But regardless, I still like this one, and I would say, like I said, I would put this Arceus, the Jewel of Life, above this one though. But I still like this one, and I would say that this one has a lot less explaining, to compare it to the last one, where there's like a bunch of things to be explained about though. But this one does have a lot less though, so hopefully I can get this one a bit shorter then, because like I felt the last one was like went a bit too long though. But regardless of that, Zoroark Master of Illusions. This one is also, once again, it's a fairly simple. And like I said, this is one of the last one that and for the Diamond and Pearl ones, and this one it was once again has Ash, Dawn, and Brock. They come to Crown City to watch this Pokemon, this new kind of sport called Backer. I think it was called Backer, like a championship. And meanwhile there's this guy, our villain of the film, by the name of Kodai, and it shows that he has captured Zoroark, and the pre-evolved form of it was Zora, in which Zora, which this one talks, and he calls Zoroark Mima, probably another term for Mama, I should say, because treats Zoroark treats this little guy here like it's one of its own, raising it wise. And what Zoroark plans to do, his whole thing is that first he wants to, because with Zoroark and Zora, they have their abilities to shapeshift into any Pokemon or any person, and he has like Zoroark shapeshift into the 3 legendary Pokemon Entei, Suicune, and Raikou, and also known for creating illusions as well. So. And he's using all this, try to be part of his plan, and he takes like Zoro away. If you obey, no harm will come to him. But Zoro is being taken away by a Ninjask. Zoro escapes, and he sees like a herd of like a Skiploom and Jumpluff. And he transforms into a Skiploom and bumps into Team Rocket as they're flying, and lands into Crown City, and that's where they meet Ash and his friends, saying that he can talk because telepathy. It's like with all the other Pokemons that can talk, but using telepathy. So Zoro wants to go to Crown City to find his Mima, which, like I said, Zoroark, which he calls probably another name for calling Mama. He's telling that there's a bad man there's a bad man, and until they say it's Kodai, and Kodai plans to use Zoroark to transform into any of the 3 legendary Pokemon, Entei, Suicune, Raikou, to like cause havoc. Like presents like attacking the city. Transforming into each one of them. And it's like there's a couple of shots where where Kodai uses like the footage to edits the footage to make it seem like it's destroying stuff like a statue and a standing thing, I guess, like for like what, a bus, like one of those things you sit there wait for a bus, it's one of those type of things. So he edits the footage, make it seem like they're the Pokemon are destroying the place, and they evacuate the city, and Ash and the others get there, and they hear what's going on, and Kodai makes like this announcement, like, oh, because he wanted to bring these legendary Pokemon to this championship, I should say, but that's nothing though. But he said, "Oh, I apologize, and the whole this will resolve this and this and that." And Zora tells that he's the bad man. So they made this guy, this journalist by the name of Carl, and he knows a way to get way to the city, like underground tunnel through this windmill. And as he gets there, and also this also involves Celebi as well, who comes back through this portal, because like this one's like from the future, and also the whole thing, part of his plan is that Kodai has like this ability to has visions to see of the future, and like he has like visions of what's gonna happen in the future. Like he sees there's types of visions where he sees Ash's friends, or he sees something that like the next thing's gonna happen, or it's really good. I'm not gonna take the time to explain what each vision is about though. But as they get into the city, whereas Zoroark thinks he sees Zora, which really was a hologram, but he gets recaptured by Kodai's assistant. What was the guy name of? I think the character's name is Goon. Fitting name for a guy. Oh, that's his Goon, whatever. And also, Kodai has this assistant, secretary, I should say, by the name of Rowena, which really she's only working for him just because she's a reporter. She's like so she like to work for him, so to get insight about what he's doing, what's he truly up to. And as the Ash and the others as they get to the city, they meet this older couple, which they say they've seen Celebi, which has a Mightyena and a Tangrowth, and that's Carl's grandparents. And which they tell the story that 20 years ago that the city was like all the trees and flowers and whatever, they all died out. It took a man and Pokemon to make it what the town was again. And then so after like I said, Zoroark got recaptured again, and they have to, and they play, and well, after Ron gets all the information about what of Kodai's plans are, she gets out, and it later meets up with them and explains everything. But before that, though, there was a part where Zora is like searching for Zoroark, and they get to this one part of one part where there's a bunch of Pokemon that surrounds, and it's all very angry at it. And Pikachu and Piplup, they try to say, they're trying to explain, he's not trying to fight, but they're all angry because they seem like Um, I guess there must be like must like resemble Zoroark as the best guess, and that's why they're like angry at it. But Pikachu and people are trying to say, "Oh, we'll try to explain it," but they're not listening until Celebi comes in and makes the peace basically. Um, but then after that, while Pikachu and Piplup were with them, Ash and the others they get captured. Ash, Dawn, Brock, and Carl, they get captured because they were part of Kodai's vision. So he's trying to take plans like, oh, I want nothing stand in my way, basically. So they capture them, put it back on their boat or airplane. Um, and then that's when Rowena gets all the information about his plans, and then he helps them get out, and then she explains everything to them, and the reason why, because the whole plan is that Kodai needs Celebi because he's the one who caused 20 years ago all the trees and everything died out because when he was younger 20 years ago he wanted to see the future. He wants to see the future for him, what's in store for him. So he needs a Celebi to end the time ripple. Where the portal where Celebi comes out of, but it won't work because if Celebi touches it and he gets some. I guess he won't get it because Celebi he's in the portal. I guess that's won't disappear and he won't get it. But so he prevents because at the time he still has a Shuppet and Mischievous, which now he has. It's a Miss Magius. By the time though, he prevented Celebi from touching the portal, so he was able to touch himself, and he was able to absorb and see all the visions that's in for him. So, and that's the reason why he's the one who caused all the trees and everything die out 20 years ago. So he wants to get the time ripple again, so he can have more for him for the future. But they don't want to let that happen again because it'll keep on repeating the same thing. Once again, the whole trees and everything dying out. So they want to try and make things right again by preventing him from doing that. So after that, Pikachu and Piplup they follow Celebi and Zora up in this tree. It looked like a big tree. But Kodai is able to find where Celebi is. And when he so it's funny, like, okay, this was kind of a bit of an unsettled thing. Like, he takes Celebi. It doesn't even happen in his vision as well. He takes Celebi like this, like trying to strangle Celebi, trying to get more show me more of the visions and this and that. And I think that's the first time I ever see like one person, like a human, do that to a Pokemon, like try to strangle it to death, whatever. Or maybe he was not intentional to do it, but from what it looked like, he was like doing this, indicating probably it was like trying to strangle Celebi. I don't know, but I'm not sure that was not the intention though, what they're going for though. But just how the way it looked, it's like, is he trying to strangle Celebi? It's like, if not, it's like that was kind of an unsettled thing, But it's just how the way it looked. But he gets more visions, and he needs more. So, Zoroark he tries to protect Celebi, but no good. And then Ash and the others they read that they just in time to arrive, and also that this is all part where Kodai was still searching for the time ripple. He said that one of the time ripples, there should be one of these countdown clocks, but he searched all of them, but he knows for sure that it's still there. In which he realized it is still one of the time clocks, but it's a very, like, the original version of a time clock. It's like, it's hidden in the stadium. And But then also that what else going on is that Zoroark is still, well, he's still in that prison cube. All the rage he has, he manages to break out, and then then the legendary Pokemon not Celebi, Suicune, Raikou, and Entei, they get into the town because they're like the guardians of that town because they have the statue of them as well, and they see Zoroark as an enemy. They start fighting. And which what brings up another thing is that even when Meow says, they look, all the three colors of them, they look like off colors. Even like Meow says, why are they a different color? Once this is one part they don't explain is why they're a different color because right with Raikou, he's probably yellow, but he looks his yellow why it looks a little bit more orange, and with the Entei, like part of it like is like red right here, but it's black, and with Suicune it's like much more of a darker blue. Yeah, that's was like I was asking, what the Meow was saying. It's like why are they a different color, And that's what I'm asking. Why are they different color? Maybe it was because what Suicune, I mean not Suicune, Zoroark. When they transformed. When he transformed into the three of those, they were the original colors, but the real ones, they're not the same colors. I don't know why. But that doesn't explain how they're different colors, so. But they start fighting, but then one thing leads to another is that when they get to this one part here, and the Pokemon, Celebi and the Pokemon, they explain to all of them, that's it's a misunderstanding. And they have to try to get to that stadium before Kodai does. Dawn and Brock stay back to fight with the Goon and with the horde of with two Scizors and a horde of Ninjask. So they fight out with the Mammal Swine and Krogunk and Sudowoodo. And while Ash takes Celebi to the Time Ripple, and Carl, he also has a Bronzor, and they do a little trick where he thinks Kodak thought he had Celebi, but it really was Zora, and Zora has his attention, to do this trying to be tricky, and that was a trick that Zora did, and they disable his vehicle, and he still tries to manage to run to get to the time portal. So as they get there, he manages to snatch Zora. Tries to threaten Zora, like, don't come near her or else Zora has had it, I guess. And he approaches the Ripple, and he said he blatantly confesses to, yes, I don't know what was responsible for what happened 20 years ago, and that's saying and completely went to the board. He and Celebi, he's holding Celebi, and they're frozen in place by Miss Magius, and he's like, do you care what's gonna happen to this town? He's like, what do I care, and this and that, and he's trying to see if he's absorbing the power. But it turns out that all that the Time Ripple was all an illusion by Zoroark, sorry. And he just starts his Pokemon Shep and Miss Magus are firing at Zoroark and trying to destroy him, but and I think it was one of the attacks was at I forget what it was supposed to be like dark something. It was like a dark. I know what, because I know what the move looks like. It was like a dark something. I forget what it was called. Dark wave. No, it's not dark wave. But pulse. Yeah, dark pulse. That's a dark move because I think as their types is dark. I think. And they defeat his two Pokemon, and he's just running in the stadium, and his confession is broadcast all over the televisions, and he gets arrested. So, and then Celebi, when they think that Zoroark is dead, Celebi, he uses its powers to regenerate it, and then after that, it goes back the time ripple appears, and he goes back into the future, and then it shows that Rowena and Carl, they're gonna take them back to their homeland, which is in the Unova region. That's where the Unova region is where you enter black and white. Yep, that's where you enter the black and white, which is in the Unova region. And that's where they seemed like it was like Ash and Pikachu was like waving goodbye to them, which it really was both of them in disguise. And they said, that Ash knows calling out, it's like we hope we will see you in your own region someday. But, and as the ship goes off. So, and once again, you got the credits going. It shows them watching the Bocker Cup champion, and it shows them Kodai and his assistant are getting arrested, and then also you get, and it shows Zoroark and Zoroark going to head back to wherever they came from, and he also give like brief appearances from both of Dawn and Ash's rivals from Diamond and Pearl. Like Barry, as well as that term saying, "Okay, Ash, I'm finding you for this and that," or Dawn's rival, Kenny. I think his name was Kenny. Who also was becoming a coordinator, and her rival Ursula, the stuck-up nosy one, and then I forget what was the other guy's name who wears that hat and he plays the harp. He wants to be a coordinator and a Pokemon Master as well. I forget what was his name. I forget what that guy's name, but I know who he is. And you even get a small appearance of Ash's rival Paul. And Blue Witch, the whole series, he's been like, the rude. He's like, you're pathetic, you're weak, always being forceful in the Pokemon, So yeah, you get him walking somewhere. Oh, like it was like the ruins where had statues of Dialga and Palkia. And then it shows, also don't forget about Team Rocket. They were rowing a boat while the three Pokemon were fighting Zoroark, and they just get washed away on a boat, but it ends with them lying on the boat as they're floating away. And then it shows the rest of the game. They're just on their journey as usual. So yeah, this one had me explain a lot less than the previous film was, because this one was much more simple. I would probably say it's much more simple and straightforward, I would say, than with Arceus. But this one I actually also do like, though. But I put this, like I said, Arceus the Jewel, I would say I'll put that more above more than this, because I thought there was much more of a I think I thought this before, like on one other one, like an intensity to it. I think it was because of Arceus, how his rage of trying to make humanity pay, they must be brought to justice and this and that, and there's it's the tone. It was the tone of that movie. I thought was why I put this above more than this one. This one was much more a lighter-hearted one, and Zora, cute looking, cute little puffball, and I will say it's like all the ones that it's like this like say like the cutest, with Shaman, with a Shaman, and one with appeared in Giratina, small, cute, and spoke in a very like a sweet, kind voice. So, but this one I do like, and it has like it has a much lower rate. It has a lower rating than one with Arceus. That one was like a 6.5. This one has a 6.2 in IMDb. I do believe it has like a 70 something on Rotten Tomatoes, which this one puts above than Arceus. But this one did make made much more the Japanese box office, more than Arceus, which that made like 50 million. This made like 71 million. So much more. So it's like he keeps on going up and up. And this one, and how the previous one with Arceus and the Jewel of Life, it felt longer to me. And that one was only about 90 minutes. This was only about a few minutes longer, like about 95. Try to look at the times. Doesn't say what it has here, but I looked it up. It was like 95 minutes though. But it felt shorter. That's what I'm trying to get. Like the first one was 90 minutes though, but it felt long. This one was like a few minutes longer, but it felt short. But regardless, though, I do like this one. Like the whole, like I said, I do like the whole series though. But I guess like there was like a lot of most all the movies, so I have like nitpicks here and there though. But like the main nitpick of this one is like it doesn't explain how the three of these, the real of the three Pokemon, have like different colors. That's like the nitpick I have. Like it was released in Japan in 2010, released in DVD in the US in 2011. I think it was like showing. I think I also noticed that the show was like showing more of the Pokemon from. It was like showing more of the Pokemon from Black and White. I mean, not Black and White. Diamond and Pearl more than. I think it's like he was only the one that showed only Diamond and Pearl Pokemon. Then, like how all the previous films like had just mix of other different generation Pokemon. Like this one, I noticed that it just shows only the Diamond and Pearl generation Pokemon only. Well, without the exception of Entei, Suicune, and Raikou. So, and also Zora and Zoroark, because they're the Univore Black and White ones. But besides all them, this is like the only, I think. Well, there's been other movies where it just shows like this one generation of Pokemon for that fits like this one fits for Diamond and Pearl, the other one for like Ruby, Sapphire, or just Gold and Silver, or just the Kanto region Pokemon. So, but Zoroark Master of Illusions is another one to look. And also, I forgot Celebi. Also, that's another one that's without the exception of the legendary Pokemon as well. But Master of Illusions, Zoroark, is another one to looking at. No, another thumbs up. But now after this last one for the Diamond and Pearl entries. Now moving on to the Black and White. So hope you like this one of Zoroark Master of Illusions. If you haven't seen it, check it out. But of course, for those who have seen it, no need to. But it's another one worth a look. So yeah. So that's my review for Pokemon Zoroark Master of Illusions. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned on. Moving on to the Black and White entry. Later.